What's going on, guys? Doc Genzo here with another duel video. Today we got Adamancipators versus Altergeist. So let's go ahead and get underway. Adamancipator is going to start us off with an unexpected die. He's going to special summon a normal monster from the deck if he controls no monsters. And he's going to summon a Magnet Warrior Beta. Then normal summon an Adamancipator. I believe that's an Analyzer. Whiffs on the Excavation. Exeasing into a Gallant Granite. Detaching for its effect. Searching out an Adamancipator Researcher. Special summoning Researcher since he controls a rock monster. Then using her effect to excavate 5, special summon a rock. This time he definitely does not whiff. And it looks like he's going to special summon a Doki Doki. Not of the Literature Club variety. Next up, he's going to activate Doki Doki's effect to pitch from his hand to special summon a rock from the deck. Special summoning a Kawakemeru Guardian. Looks like he's going to synchro off the Guardian and the Researcher into an Adamancipator Raptite. Raptite's going to give him a Kawakemeru Overload to his hand. I believe that was in his graveyard, so it specials itself. And looks like he's going to add a Kawakemeru Guardian to hand. Next, excavating 5 for the Raptite. Special summoning an Adamancipator Researcher. Oh, sorry, that's Kawakemeru Supplier. My bad. And he special summoned from the hand. Guy's going a bit fast for the commentary, but I'm trying to catch up as best I can. Looks like he's going to link into a Halqifibrax. Halqifibrax's effect will let him special summon a Tuner. Level 3 or lower from the deck. I believe I know which one he's going to go for here. Yes, looks like he's going to put down an Adamancipator Seeker. What a rock's here. Get the rock out of here. My apologies, the Guardian was put into his hand due to Supplier's effect as well, not because of Raptite. Just thought I'd mention that while he's thinking about his next move here. Looks like that's going to be a Synchro for 8 into a Drago Berserker of the Tenyi. Setting 1 and passing the turn. Altergeist player will now draw. Activating a 1/1. Pitching a Altergeist Silquitos for cost. So I'm going to try to pronounce these as best I can. Looks like he's going to chain Hakafyrex's effect, banish itself to summon a Tuner Synchro from the extra deck. He's going to summon into a Formula Synchron, and that'll let him draw a card. Good draw. Looks like he drew in a Nibiru. Thinking about the next move here. Still thinking about the next move. Both fairly complicated decks. Looks like we're going to move into battle phase here. Sorry about that. And he's going to swing with Meluseek for 500 and then use Meluseek's effect to put the Drago Berserker in the graveyard, since Meluseek can attack directly. Wish they pick up the cards to indicate attacking, make my job easier, but whatever. Next up, he's going to link off the Meluseek into a Linkuriboh, then use Meluseek's effect to search for any Altergeist monster whenever it's sent to the graveyard. So he's going to add a Marionetter. He's going to normal summon the Marionetter. Then use its effect to set an Altergeist card from the deck. Altergeist spell or trap to be more specific. Setting an Altergeist Haunted Rock. Then activating it. In order to activate it, he has to send an Altergeist from his hand to the graveyard. Can't really see what he ditched there, but it definitely won't be the multi-faker that he's about to special summon. On resolution of Haunted Rock. Next up, chaining the effect of Formula Synchron to Synchro. And this is to the activation of Multifaker's effect in the hand. Or not, looks like he thought better of it. Now Marionetter will tribute the Haunted Rock to summon Silquitos from the graveyard. And then they'll link off into, I believe that's a Hextia. Next up, Nibiru is going to be activated in response. Yes, that is a Hextia. Then everything is going to get tributed for the Nibiru. These guys play pretty fast. Guess they have to, considering their decks are fairly slow and control based. I don't mean slow is a bad thing, I mean slow is control based. I'm gonna sit here and have that conversation with you while they try and figure out the attack and defense of the token that they just summoned off the Nibiru. Looks like an effect will go off in the graveyard for Hextia. To add an Altergeist Protocols to his hand. Setting 2 more cards and passing the turn, it looks like. On end phase, activating Twin Twisters, pitching the Guardian to target those 2 cards. Hitting the Haunted Rock and the Solemn Judgment. Drawing for turn. Putting the Nibiru in defense and passing the turn. On end phase, activating Protocols, chaining the Multifaker in hand. They always have it. Using the effect of Multifaker, and then we're going to go to game 2. Alright, here we are in game 2. Unexpected Die is once again going to start us off here. Summoning out Beta the Magnet Warrior. Special summoning Adamancipator Analyzer. Or Seeker, sorry. Seeker's effect will excavate 5. Special summon a rock. No, never mind. That will be a normal summon of the Seeker. My apologies. Clocking Mirror Guardian will be summoned off the Seeker's effect. Synchro for 6. An Adamancipator Raptite. Raptite's going to excavate 5. Special summon another rock. Going to summon an Adamancipator Analyzer. Analyzer effect's now going to activate. Excavate 5. Special summon a rock. Summon a Kwakimeru Supplier. Overlaying those 2 to a Gallant Granite. Gallant Granite's going to detach for effect to search. Grabbing an Adamancipator Researcher out the deck. Next, special summoning the Researcher since he controls a rock, and then using her effect to excavate 5 and special summon a rock. Round and around we go, ladies and gentlemen. So he's going to special summon again. Linking off the Researcher and the Gallant Granite into a Needle Fiber, or Huckafabrax. Huckafabrax's effect, let him special summon a tuner out the deck. Level 3 or lower. So he's going to opt to summon out an Adamancipator Seeker. Synchro for 8. To a Draco Berserker of the Tinny. And passing the turn. Altergeist will draw for the turn. Pod Desires. He's going to chain the Huckafabrax's effect to the Pod Desires. Summon Formula Synchron. The Formula Synchron will activate a separate chain to let him draw. Normal summoning an Altergeist Meluseek. Looking very familiar to game 1 here. No response to the summon. Thinking about the next possible play here. Meluseek will then attempt to swing for 500 directly. It'll go through. Then attempt to activate its effect to send Draco Berserker to the grave. Guardian's going to negate that. Which is strange to me, as I was told that effect activates in damage step, but haven't really played against the deck often enough to make a good call on that. You guys can tell me in the comments. Can Guardian negate Meluseek? Is it just not fast enough? Meluseek's gonna add an Altergeist. Let me pull up the name here. Kunqueri. Then looks like we're going to set 4. Pass the turn. Or attempt to pass the turn. Altergeist will draw for turn. Doki Doki will be normal summoned. Activating the effect. Pitching for cost. Rivalry will be chained, and then Twin Twisters will be chained to the Rivalry. Pitching for cost. Popping the Rivalry and popping one of the back row. Personal spoofing will be chained. Letting him put back a Silquitos to search for another Altergeist. And it will resolve backwards, so that'll go off first. Letting him add a Marionetter. Those two will blow up from the Twin Twisters, and then Doki Doki will resolve. Summoning an Adamancipator Analyzer. Synchroing with the Analyzer, it looks like. Opting not to use its Excavate effect. To summon an Adamancipator Dragite. Sorry, my brain stopped working there for a second. No response to the summon. Synchroing for 10 with Draco Berserker. Formula Synchron to go into a Satellite Warrior. On summon to the Satellite Warrior, it will be Solemn Striked. Multifaker will then activate on resolution of the strike, summon itself, and summon an Altergeist out of the deck. Summoning a Silquitos. Entering battle, Dragite's going to attempt to swing at the Silquitos. Then Kunqueri will activate in hand to negate the attack and summon itself. And then negate the Dragite for as long as it's face up on the field. Passing the turn. On in phase, Silquitos will put the Kunqueri back in hand and put the Dragite back in hand. Normal summoning a Marionetter for the turn. Activating the effect to set an Altergeist spell trap. Setting Haunted Rock. Which, if it's set by the effect of an Altergeist card, can be activated that turn. Activating the effect of Silquitas to bounce Multifaker and the Doki Doki. And then activating Haunted Rock, which on a resolution, Multifaker will then trigger specialing itself, special summoning another Altergeist from the deck. Summoning a Silquitas. Marionetter will then activate, tributing the Haunted Rock to special summon Meluseek out of the graveyard. Going into Link 2 here. To an Altergeist Hextia. Using the effect of Meluseek and not Meluseek, Silquitas in the graveyard to add something back. And hitting him for 6k with all of the Altergeist on the field. Next up, going into second main. Looks like I can't really keep track of his cards here. Going into an Altergeist. I believe that's a Kadolga. If not, could be something else, and I apologize. Could be another Hextia. Looks like another Hextia, yeah. Setting 3 more cards. Passing the turn. Drawing for turn. Normal summoning at Doki Doki. Activating the effect of Doki Doki. Pitching a Doki Doki from hand. Protocol will then be activated, tributing the Marionetter to again destroy it. And it looks like that'll be game. Altergeist take the match.